have any friends who had moved either. We lived on a quiet street right across from my elementary school. Even though I had no brothers or sisters, I never had to worry about not having any friends to play with because I could always go across the street and play with the kids in my neighborhood. My mom had told me that we were going to be moving to Texas. At first, I was so excited. I was going to be the first one of my friends to move. It didn't hit me until later that meant that I wasn't going to be able to see them anymore. My friends meant everything to me, and I loved being a normal second grader that played dress up and ran around playing tag and other games with my friends. I knew very little about Texas. All I knew was that it must be a desert. I thought that I'd have to learn how to ride a horse. I thought that I'd have to ride my horse every day to school. But I was most terrified that I wouldn't make any friends. I knew that I could always talk to my friends in Iowa, but I knew it would never be the same again. I was afraid to move away from my little house in our quiet neighborhood filled with other kids to play with. I thought that Texas would be so big that we wouldn't have any neighborhood. But my mom reassured me that we would be living in a place much like we currently lived in. In fact, it would be even better because the city we were moving to was even bigger than the one we lived in now. From that moment on, I was excited to get on the road and see our new house. I was no longer afraid of the change. I embraced the fact that I was getting to move across the country and start anew. I loved my new big city. It had so much to do and so many new people to meet and so many new things to experience that I would have never gotten the chance to do in the small town in Iowa. And years later, this city, this place, is the place I call home.